Hello. Alright, so I'm sick. So about twice a year, my sinuses get severely infected due to allergies, and it wrecks me for like a week. It's a consistent thing. It's happened since I was a kid. And when you have a job that involves speaking for long periods of time, you're kind of put out of commission. But I have a topic that I really want to talk about because it's driving me insane just sitting quietly with it. And it actually really hurts to talk, so let's get through this quickly. Eric Wolpaw stated in an interview with a friend of mine in a podcast that he wanted to be able to do Portal 3 before he died because he's not getting any older. And even though he has some buying power at Valve, it's not necessarily enough to get a project of that caliber off the ground. And the way that people were discussing the topic and reporting on that idea following the podcast's release kind of drove me up a wall. First being that this isn't the first time Eric has said this. There are multiple podcasts and interviews dating back about 2 years showing his interest in doing a follow-up to Portal 2. Eric Wolpaw reportedly behind the scenes through closed source information had been working on a couple of Portal-esque things before his first departure from the company in 2018. All of that is to say that Valve is in a place where even someone like Eric Wolpaw doesn't have the buying power to make a Portal 3 happen. And although he said it, how he said it is being ignored. Eric has always tried to discuss Portal 3 or any future narrative structure or work that he'd like to do down the road with financial information followed alongside it. The first time he brought it up on the Game Maker's Notebook, he mentions directly to Valve that they would make their money back. The second time, he mentions how it's not necessarily going to draw the kind of money that they're looking for. I would like to bring people's attention back to an interview that I did with ex-Valve hardware engineer and current Tilt 5 CEO, Jerry Ellsworth, excellent hardware engineer, whom was just fired out of nowhere alongside a lot of other people at the behest of Michael Abrash. It's a whole thing. But when she was pitching the augmented reality hardware that would later be evolved and incorporated into Tilt 5, her entire proposal for a product that would have been ready by 2013 was rejected because it would make, as she put it, $0 billion. Valve is not a game company first and foremost. They're just trying to do random stuff, and the company doesn't budget their money, so they're always looking to make the most possible so that they're capable of continuing that infinite money fountain that the majority of the long-time Valve employees have been able to benefit from. So that's how you have individuals like Eric Wolpaw and Jay Pinkerton with these obviously incredible ideas being demonstrated through things like the lab, Aperture Desk Job, Aperture Hand Job, etc. Yet no platform for them to be able to properly push forward those ideas in a way that many could appreciate them, like a third Portal game, another Half-Life game, another Left 4 Dead game, or a new IP with a narrative focus. Valve is strange. Valve is very complicated to understand the internal politics that operates the company. And although I do have a general handle on it, even I still don't entirely understand what makes a person powerful versus disposable at the flip of a switch. Honestly, a person's buying potential and a person's power over others seems to change day over day and change with the seasons. Although there are still some individuals that I always hear are reportedly problematic, not necessarily in terms of like abuse or anything, but just terrible to work with, that have remained at the company for a very long time. So when people report on the Portal 3 thing like it's some big news, it's not. They're manipulating you. We've known that Eric's wanted to do a Portal 3 for years, and either these people are disingenuously putting that massive headline up, or they're just not paying attention to the industry that they're supposed to be a professional in. And also, they're missing the point that Eric is effectively telling people the politics don't allow for this right now. The only way this will happen is if somebody high up that has the buying power feels like doing it. And it's not going to be making the billions of dollars that, say, Dota 2 or CSGO or Team Fortress 2 continue to make. You would need somebody very high up to push forward a project. That's why Half-Life Alyx happened, because you had people like Robin Walker and Dario Casali heading those teams. That's why you have Citadel in development, again, Robin Walker. You need the right person in your court, and because Wolpa isn't even a full-time employee, he's been working contract since he returned in 2018 or 2019 to work on Half-Life Alyx with his writing partner Jay Pinkerton. Their power obviously is much lower. And there's a lot that could be stated about individuals, but I don't work for Valve. It's not my place to comment on that kind of thing. It's obvious that they're very comfortable continuing to work in the environment that they've created for themselves. So it's just how it's going to be. Yes, Portal 3 would be great. Desk Job proved that there is still a lot that can be done and a lot that these writers would love to do. It's 95% not going to happen. That's just what I have to say, and I'm sorry if you have to listen to. I'm sorry they had to listen to this voice. I'm Tyler McVicker. Peace and hair grease. Adios.